kids are so smart, and they pick up and they're reading your body language, they're reading your emotions. I just want to make sure that when they have a partner, and I tell this in a somewhat morbid way to my kids, like, one day I'm not going to be here.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to do shit, and you need to be a good partner, and you need to show up, you need to be an equal share on things. And so that means that, you know, this is how we're going to model this.
Welcome along to A Little Bit Extra. This is your escape from the shit show that is planet Earth to get into everything pop culture. My name is Sharyn, and very, very pumped for the grand return of the one and only Gin Wigmore.
Yay!
Gin, it has been so long since I interviewed you. I think the last time I interviewed you would have been on like a music awards red carpet.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember you wore like this incredible, I think it was like Trelise Cooper, like lacy black.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Trelise Cooper? Something like that. It was gorgeous.
Scantily clad number, wasn't it?
Oh,
I think so.
It was gorgeous.
Oh, thanks, girl.
So glad to have you back.
Cool.
You're like
Glad to be back.
latest single, if you've not checked it out yet, Country Diamond, so good.
Thank you.
What is it like getting back into the studio? Because you've been working on this album since like 2024, is it? Or something?
Earlier than that.
Oh my God.
Earlier than that. Yeah, like 2022. It was sort of like being worked on in a, well, yeah, I mean, it was sort of happening, and then it kind of totally died, and then it, through a series of really unfortunate personal shit that went down, and then it was resurrected back in the desert. We just went up for 7 days, me and my two of my best mates, who happened to be my drummer and my guitarist, and we just said, let's just make an EP in 7 days. And then we did, and it was mean. But then I was like, oh, actually, there's all these other songs that are way more heavy and more rock and roll that I want to have out as well. And my friend, Dave Goody, was just like, why don't we just do a full album and you have it real polarizing? Just do like Beautiful and Mess. So you kind of have it like a side A, side B.
I love that,
So
that
we did
name
that.
as well. Beautiful Mess is such a great name.
It's good, eh?
Yeah.
It really like, it's hard coming up with album names because you write all this stuff and you've spewed out all your emotions for the past few years, and then you have to come up with like a snappy little phrase to tie it all together. So I'm really happy with Beautiful Mess because it feels like the perfect fucking, you know, couple words to like really tell that story.
And it's cool because like you're making it into a double album, right? So you have like all the like kind of country Americana style songs on the first half, and then the other side is all of the rock kind of songs like that.
Yep.
That's so clever because I feel like in the world of everybody making songs for a TikTok dance or just releasing singles and stuff, to come out with like this big body of work.
Yep.
Especially when you've been away, like you've left like the music scene for such a long time.
Yep.
To come back, like what a treat for us all.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you find it to be a treat.
I've like
good.
listened like on repeat, listened to Country Diamond over the weekend.
Oh, wicked. Thank you.
Just like the moment that you open your mouth, it's just like you're transported into this like musical greatness. Like,
oh, wow, that's so cool. Thank you.
Trying to like think about it, I was like, you've got one of those voices where it's like so iconic. It's kind of like when you hear a Dave Dobbin song or something like that, where straight away you're like, oh, she's back. And it was so
I love
good.
That. That's so cool. Thank you.
But why did
That's
you
really
decide
cool.
to go away for so long? Because you kind of left the music industry for a bit, right?
I mean, sort of. I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, I did an album. I think was trying to figure out my last album I did was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I made some humans. I had my 2 babies, so that takes up some time.
Oh my God, does it what? Does it what?
And so that was, you know, my oldest is 8, so yeah, that's sort of why I left. And then also I was like, I actually want to buy a hotel and run that. So I did that out in the desert, just north of Palm Springs, because I love thinking up things and then executing them quite quickly. And then that's kind of what keeps me going.
Yeah.
I love that challenge of like jumping into the deepest part of the pool and not knowing how the fuck to swim out of it, and then figuring it out. And that's what keeps me thriving. So that's the same with this album. I needed to do something that I hadn't done before, figuring out how to make an album in 7 days and then piecing it together, and the way it sort of is so polarizing. I'm really excited by that creative journey of it, rather than the same old kind of formula to release albums and music. I was just And I was getting tired of just releasing singles too, because that shit doesn't really tell a full story either.
Nah, and it's also, I just hate, like ever since I've stopped hearing radio, I don't have to hear it as much anymore, but it was like just hearing songs where people have just remixed like an old classic and put it like ding, 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 behind it. And I was like, where are all the songwriters and the proper musicianship and like actual bodies of work? And there wasn't many people actually doing that. So like, it's cool that it's kind of coming back now, but I've got an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old, two boys.
Oh my gosh! And you're boy mummy too.
As soon as you said 8, I was like, "How's that going for you?" Because 8 is like love my 8-year-old to death, but it's a challenging age, eh? Like the sass, the 6, 7 of it all.
There is sass. So you're getting sass too?
Oh my god, yeah.
Damn, I don't know. It used to just be. He used to think everything I did was cool. Now it's not the case.
I go to school and all of his friends think I'm really cool and they'll be like, oh, Sharyn. And sometimes I go in just with the ego boost of like the little girls being like, hey Sharyn, I'm like, what's up queen? And keep going. And I looked the other day and my 8-year-old didn't want to hold my hand. And he eye rolled when one of the girls did point at me and I was like, oh, this is crushing. Whereas my 4-year-old thinks I'm the best person in the world and he has like a cardboard cutout of me in his room.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I kept it because I was like, when am I ever going to have another cardboard cutout of myself? And he has it in his room so that I'm always with him in his room.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
How are you balancing like going through, obviously, writing an album? You've obviously been having a journey like with your marriage breakup and stuff as well, and then also handling kids, opening a new business. Like, girl, you're busy.
Yeah, busy.
Yeah.
Busy. But I have to be busy. I think I'd be locked up if I wasn't busy. I need to be. I like having really, really busy plate. And also, I mean, I've been out in Los Angeles for the last 15 years, so that pace is quite quick. And so I need to keep up that pace coming back to New Zealand to stay footed here. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like, my kids, my 8-year-old's, he's getting more of his independence. So he's got his own little clique. He's got his own play dates he organises and goes to. And then I've got a 6-year-old and he's awesome too, but full on energy. But it's just a balance, I got a lot of people, I got a lot of support, which is really good, and I'm never afraid to ask for help, which I think is how you can keep so much going, is that when you've got a really good team around you, you're able to just keep moving at 100 miles an hour.
Well, because is that pressure for mums, where it's like you need to be able to like balance a career perfectly and then make sure you're showing up for all of the mum stuff as well. Like my husband doesn't get asked any of those questions, but I feel like I'm constantly like, oh yeah, no, that's how I'm doing everything. And one of the reasons I gave up a 20-year radio career was so that I could be home more. And it's weird, like the pressure, and how many women like do not want to ask someone for help with their kids because they don't want to look like they can't do everything.
Oh, totally. No, and that's the thing. Like, I don't mind if people think I look fucking mental. Like, I don't. I know that I do, and I don't give a fuck. I think it's like, I need help because I'm trying to do so much shit right now, and that's good though. I think that's great to live vulnerably like that and be really heart on your sleeve because life is really hard to do, and especially for mums, as you're saying, like we are the constant. We're always the one that's going to catch all the mess. I mean, I've totally been dealing with this during separation stuff as well. And you're always going to be the one to show up if it all goes to hell. You know what I mean? And that's good. I like knowing that I'm the constant in my kids' lives and things like that. But yeah, it does. And you do need to put your hand up if you really want to make it work. And also knowing it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be messy. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be, it's going to be all those things. But that's what makes life interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd hate it to be perfect.
Oh,
it'd be so boring.
I couldn't do it. Like, as much as I want to be good at baking, like, my husband just went away for 4 days.
Yep.
And he usually does all the cooking. So
amazing.
He's away. So
I'm
like, Thursday we got pizza. Friday we got McDonald's. Saturday we were out. Sunday I picked up sushi and I was like, oh God, did I cook it all? And so Pete's going to hit me up and be like, oh, what'd you guys do for dinner? I did cook one of the nights. Somewhere in there I did the pasta I did in my 20s and it was great.
Yeah, but you got food on the table.
Exactly.
You're just taking a culinary experience around the world.
Exactly. I'm going to use that. That's a great shout. But what would your advice be? Like, obviously you're just talking about going through a separation, you got kids and stuff, and there's like, I feel like so many, like I have, like in 1 year I had like 6 of my friends like break up and marriages and stuff and navigate that with kids. What would be your like number one advice for someone going through that now?
I would say, I mean, everyone takes different paths with it based on your dynamic, I think, with your kids and how that relationship goes. Also, like how it is with your ex. But I think for me, and what has seemed to have worked well, who knows? Like, you can see what the trauma, if I can see what the damage is later on when they're probably 18.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Mom, you did this.
Yeah.
But for now, it seems like the best approach for me has been full transparency in a kid-appropriate way.
Yeah.
So, like, and having that space where, you know, I know it's kind of a bit cliche, but it does really ring true, is that there's no judgment in any of these conversations that we have. So it's like, hey, mum and dad are not, you know, really like and liken it to an experience that they may have had. Like, you know, when you're like fighting with your little homie and you don't want to hang out with them anymore, you just need space to be your best version of yourself.
Yeah,
and
smart.
You know, like that's kind of where me and daddy are at, and we kind of need to have that space to be our best selves. And we're not working well right now. So it's sort of bringing it back to something that they can contextualize and understand, but being really transparent about that, and me modeling that as well, being like, damn, I'm having a really hard day today. I'm feeling really sad, or I'm feeling really good today. I'm feeling like I can manage this, or whatever. And so then you open up that conversation with, you know, I open that up with my boys, and we do talk about days every night where it's just like, it could be anything. It's just talk about days. Talk about what you're feeling. Like, did you like the socks you were wearing? No, they sucked. I didn't have matching ones today. Or my lunch was okay, but no one wanted to trade. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Or you get onto some deep stuff. Like, damn, I really miss Dad. Or I really love you, Mum, and I hope you never leave. And whatever. Like, you go through. It just makes it a space to have any and all types of conversation. So transparency would be my number one, and not undermining or downplaying their intelligence, because kids are so smart,
man.
and they pick up and they're reading your body language, they're reading your emotions. And I just want to make sure that when they have a partner, and I tell this in a somewhat morbid way to my kids, like, one day I'm not going to be here.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to do shit, and you need to be a good partner, and you need to show up, you need to be an equal share on things. And so that means that, you know, this is how we're going to model this.
Aww.
And yeah, so it's kind of cool. So we have a really honest, healthy attachment to one another, and that helps.
I love that.
How
Thank you so
dynamic.
much for sharing that. Like, because it's like a lot of people, you know, you might get like a cliche. I hate asking questions about that sort of stuff, but also I do find it quite interesting. And I know that, you know, with what my friends have been through, that everyone's always like, how the fuck do we do this? This is so hard.
It's
and
hard,
like, that's such an amazing insight. And even people not going through, you know, marriage breakups and stuff like that, like even just encouraging that conversation with your kids.
Yeah. Early on.
Yeah.
And not hoping for anything from it. You know, like sometimes, I mean, particularly with my 6-year-old, I'll be like, I'll ask him, and what I think is a good time to kind of have that conversation. And he was like, no, don't want to talk about it.
Everything was bad.
Everything was bad. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not going to push for like, okay, give me some more for context on that. Like, why was it bad? It's like, he obviously doesn't want to talk about it, so don't push. Like, sometimes you can't have the expectation on those conversations either. You just got to like be there, and showing up is 90% of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just being there.
Well, I'm actually glad that's a good reminder. Like, I'm just thinking in my mind now, I'm like, oh no, actually that's a good, I need to remember that as well, because sometimes I do the push. I'm like, well, why though?
No, because they're not going to,
but they're not going to tell you.
Down,
Yeah.
like, you know what it's like.
True.
When you're having any sort of conversation, you're just like, nah, I'm good. Like, if someone keeps
I'm
pushing
done
you,
with it
you're
now.
like, oh my God, now you're just annoying.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to do it at all. Actually, I'm never going to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the thing too, is like, I remember I was doing therapy once, and when I was like trying to decide if I wanted to have a second child, if I could like go through that mentally. And she was like, Sharyn, life's already hard. It's getting a little bit harder, but also like no parent's going to be perfect. Every child is going to like go to therapy one day and like complain about something that you did. And I'm like, true. Like, that's so true. And just like, I don't know. You just got to throw paint at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, and you can only do like what's, you know, this is why it's cool. Like, that's why the evolution of humanity is cool, because we look back and we can't blame. I mean, my mum did some dumb shit. But like she did the best that she could.
Yeah.
Right, with what she had at the time. You'll be doing the same thing, and that's and sometimes we fail miserably.
Yeah.
But as long as we can be held accountable and be accountable towards our children and be like, hey, I realized that was bad, and they are there to model your shitty behavior, and then often when you see it back, you're like, damn, that doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna apologize for that, be accountable, and be like, I'm sorry. And I've had to do that to Pascal, my oldest, so many times. Like, that was not a good moment for Mum. I'm so sorry. Like, oof. And that's hard. I have a hard time apologizing to begin with. Probably why I'm getting a divorce.
Oh my God, my worst one, this is so, I feel like I'm already feeling my whole body heat up, but like my worst one was I had such a long weekend, like by myself, my husband was away, and my kid was going through the throwing phase, and he kept throwing shit, and he threw something, he threw like a bar stool, and I was like, wow, dude.
Strength.
Yeah.
Strength.
Oh, Nico baby's built different. This kid was born 3 months early, and his strength is crazy. He is like, he's wild. And I was like, if you keep throwing my stuff, I'm going to throw your stuff. And then he threw something else and almost broke, like, he threw a car at like a vase. And I was like, and I picked up the car and I threw it on the ground, and it was like his favorite car, and it broke. And then I was like, oh my God. And my oldest was like, too far, too far. And I was like, no, you're right. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I just said that. But I just like could not take it anymore.
Yes,
But they really test you.
Yeah, they do.
Really test you.
They do. And good on you for like acknowledging that too. I mean, it sucks. But that's the only way to grow from that. Next, you know how that feeling feels, right? You don't want to do it again because it obviously felt really bad.
Yeah.
But next time, you can take a different approach. Also, maybe that will be better next time.
I had to take him to the warehouse. I hate taking him to the warehouse because it's like it's hard to get in, hard to get out.
Oh yeah. St. Luke's warehouse.
Yes.
It's hard to get in.
It's hard to go on the weekend.
Hard to get in, hard to get out.
It
That's
is.
so true. What is with that parking?
I don't know.
Why do they butt up against that homeware store and PB Tech?
Yes, and
So
also
annoying.
there's like the Newmarket one, the Newmarket warehouse. It's the skinniest car parks.
Yep.
Is that you can park in it, but if you want to open a door, good luck to you.
No.
Like it's the worst.
No, you sit in your car and you'll look at the warehouse. That's what you will do.
They don't think of parents.
They don't think of
parents.
Stressed mums.
I have to ask you about your time in LA because so I was doing another recorded podcast this morning, and in it I decided I was going to be wacky and try one of Hailey Bieber's morning musts, and one of them is she would take a shot of olive oil and lemon juice.
Oh, yeah.
And I did it, and honestly, I lived
good?
in. No, it was disgusting. She was like, it tastes like salad dressing. I'm like, I don't know what salad you're eating, Hailey Bieber. Oh, shit. And I honestly, for the rest of the podcast, was living on the fear that I was going to shit myself. It was so intense. I didn't. I didn't. My stomach is settled now. But I was like, oh my God, what if Gin comes and like my stomach turns or something? I throw up on her or whatever. But living in LA, like I find like just visiting there, there's so many different like weird trends and stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
Was there something that you bought into that you're like, why was I doing a coffee enema or something like that?
No, I mean my ex did a lot of that stuff. He did that. he did that that olive oil thing for a minute.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, I don't know. I think I saw that kind of stuff as quite funny. I didn't. I think coming from New Zealand, you'd have a different perspective on it. You kind of, and it's all who you surround yourself with as well. Like if you're in that real celebrity circle. I mean, my ex is good friends with Travis Barker and all that, so he gets like, he would get those bubblings of that weird shit that people are doing to try and like, drink the blood of a virgin and turn back like 40 years. But I didn't get the memo on that. Growing up in New Zealand as well, and obviously living like all around the world and living in Australia and Argentina and all these places, that stuff doesn't. I don't find joy or happiness in those things, so I didn't really bother with it. I mean, I wasn't. No, I didn't get into those things.
Well, great answer, because I went to a couple of my friends' houses, Kiwis and Australians over there, and all of them had poo steps.
What?
Yeah, so it was like, because I went in and I was like, why do they have like a step stool in here? Like they don't have kids or anything. And they had these steps, so when they went to the toilet, they'd put their feet up on the step because it made your like bowel and stuff straight, and apparently then you would like get rid of everything.
I don't even know.
I know, and I was like, I'm just looking around here and I'm like, sorry to your manager, sorry Jen, but I was just like, what is going on in this town? Like what is going on? And everyone's still into business cards. It was wild.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a bit of that, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm the wrong person to talk to about that.
Yeah, you're good at like not jumping on a trend, so I'm like proud of you.
No, I'm not, because I don't see the point in it.
Yeah.
I want to just ride horses and make music and have good friends and eat good food and talk deeply about shit.
And that you now have a sandwich shop and a new album, and we cannot wait for it to come out.
Yes.
If you could say one thing to everyone listening right now about the new album, Beautiful Mess, what would it be? Like, why should they go listen? Apart from the fact it's very good.
Music. It's good music. It's storytelling. It's true storytelling.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the whole thing. Oh, can I ask you a question that has bugged me for like probably a decade?
Yeah, wow.
And I just
what's that?
I just thought of it this morning. And you've probably been asked this question before, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, please don't ask me that question. But did you, the first time you heard Al King's X's and O's, freak out? That you recorded a song that you didn't.
Oh yeah!
Because the first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh, is this a new Gin single?"
I know.
And every time we
body snatched me a little bit.
Yeah.
I think she just
Every time I heard it, like, and every time we played it when I was in radio, I was like, "How is this not Gin?" It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird, eh?
It
was weird. When I heard it, I was like, "Wow, that's weird. That's a real like." That's very similar sound.
It was,
sure.
yeah. It was almost like she'd heard your album being like, I can do that.
You could make a clear differentiation, though, because she's fucking batshit crazy. I think we all know who's who.
Yeah, I think we
Glad
do.
I'm not that bitch.
Oh, my gosh. Did you ever have to meet her?
No, why would I meet her?
I don't know. Like, LA people run into each other all the time.
I don't want to fucking meet her.
Oh, okay.
But why would I?
I don't know.
She's not my flavour.
Yeah, true. Well, I just always wondered that.
She'd be doing trends.
Yeah, we don't do trends. So I'm not going to see
don't
Gin
do
Wigmore
trends.
doing a TikTok dance.
Oh, I'll dance.
Yeah.
I'll dance. I'm not sure if you'll catch it on TikTok, but I'll dance.
That was like one of the things I struggled with the most was when I worked at The Edge, is that they were like, let's do this TikTok dance. And I was like, I'm 38.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do that. I am just, my body doesn't move like that. And I just look like, even just being on TikTok as a 40-year-old, I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
I'm out of place.
Questioning life.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100%. Well, Gin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So epic having you back, and with new music on the way, and just, you've always been such like a beautiful energy to, like, whenever I interview you, you're always one of those people that I'd always really look forward to interviewing, because you just always brought like such a beautiful like aura about you. So thank you so much for coming in.
That's so sweet. That's
I love
really
it.
sweet. Thank you.
Yay. Cool. Stop. Look at us. We're going to hug it out now. But don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, and go down into the show notes to get everything on Gin, and make sure you check out her new music, because it is fire.